Hi, I'm Pastor John Grove. In January of this year, a 10-person team from CBC set off on a short-term mission trip to Nicaragua. Each of us felt God's call, and we responded by showing up at the Columbus Baptist Church on a snowy Saturday morning. We had a bumpy start and encountered some major delays at the Philadelphia International Airport, which caused us to miss our connecting flight in Miami. We spent the night in a Motel 6 and flew to Nicaragua the next day. God delivered us safely to our destination, where we were welcomed by a beautiful people that went out of their way to feed us well and love on us all week. We met local believers from 3 separate churches and the translators that we would be ministering with. Now, over the next 4 days, our teams dispersed to share the gospel. As we walked up to the first home, initial fear gave way to joy as we were welcomed in to talk about God. We shared what He had done in our lives and what He wanted to do in theirs. Hundreds turned to Christ. Some families committed to become new house churches. Others said they were not ready, but welcomed us back so they could hear more. We were amazed at how God had moved before us and at the great and marvelous work that He was doing in Nicaragua. For 2 nights, I delivered storytelling sermons such as Peter walking on the water and the resurrection of Lazarus, drawing parallels to the work that we were doing in Nicaragua. On the last day of ministry, we went to an entirely new area and visited a newly established house church. There, we witnessed a good old-fashioned river baptism. We rejoiced with the new believers as they shared their testimonies and emerged from the water. Nicaraguan and American voices, Spanish and English, joined together to sing songs of praise. After experiencing firsthand what God is doing in places like Nicaragua, I had to ask myself, what was the real reason for this trip? Was it just a quick spiritual experience where we then slipped back into our normal everyday American lives? Or was there something more? For many of us, our lives would never be the same again. We had just spent a week living the Great Commission. God had opened our hearts and given us new eyes. I realized that the kinds of opportunities we had in Nicaragua exist right here in New Jersey also. And now God is calling us back to Nicaragua in January of 2018. So I ask you, is God calling you to go? Seek Him and He will reveal His purpose to you. Follow Him out on the water and He will do amazing things in and through you. Thank you for listening and for being a part of God's plan.